Kaocharoen Train Transport Company Limited. Kaocharoen Train Transport Company Limited. Project proposal: container transport by train from Maptaput Industrial Estate, Rayong, to Lam Chabang Port, Silacha. From the basic demand surveys of the transport of goods for export in Maptaput Industrial Estate, the results show that there is a trend of continuously increasing demand for many entrepreneurs to transport their product overseas, such as the transport of petrochemical products and plastic beads from factories in Maptaput Industrial Estate, Rayong, to Lam Chabang Port, Silacha. As a result of the transportation by trucks, there has been a rise in the number of trucks and its fuel consumption, which in turn leads to reduced traffic mobility and travel speeds, as well as in increased road accidents. Subsequently, the entrepreneurs are facing the burden of increasing transportation costs. In order to reduce the costs of logistics to the lower level than the current one, there must be a change in the system of transportation, specifically cutting down on the use of road transportations of goods and turning instead to the transportation by trains. Via the train system, more than 60 containers of the size of 20 feet, or 35 containers of the size of 40 feet, can be transported in one delivery, thus reducing the overall costs of the operations. Numerous discussions on the foundational infrastructure of Maptaput Industrial Estate have led to the discovery of railways located within the area of the port in Maptaput Industrial Estate. These railways have been built from the station through to the area in Maptaput and also run through to the port. Due to the single train track system, every train coming from Maptaput that enters and exits the Lam Chabang Port will have to wait in order to switch tracks at Silacha Railway Junction Station. Trains carrying empty containers from Lam Chabang to Maptaput. Trains carrying containers from Maptaput to Lam Chabang. Procedures for transporting containers. Receiving containers from Lam Chabang Port for goods loading at Maptaput Industrial Estate. 1. Customers of the train transport service agree to reserve containers with dock lines. Private port operators will transport the empty containers within the area of Lam Chabang Port, including 15 terminals in total by transport of empty containers by trucks to the railway carriage, which awaits at the railway in the area of Lam Chabang Port. Or in the case of the reception of empty containers from the container yard, trucks will transport these containers to the Lam Chabang train station outside of the port. This freight will include containers of the size of 20 feet, 2 containers per carriage, or the size of 40 feet, 1 container per carriage. Railway carriage waiting for the transport of empty containers in the area of Lam Chabang Port or in the Lam Chabang train station. 2. Trains will transport empty containers using the route from Lam Chabang Port through to Lam Chabang train station, Silacha Railway Junction Station, in order to switch tracks and change the locomotive, Bang Lamung, Pattaya, Nongnut Garden, to Kaocharoen Railway Junction Station, Banchan, Maptaput, diverging to the rail of Maptaput Industrial Estate. Once the train arrives at Maptaput Station in Maptaput Industrial Estate, there will be forklift trucks to move the containers down from the railway carriage and transport trucks to load the goods according to the time schedule set by customers in Maptaput Industrial Estate. 3. Once trucks containing goods from the factories return to Maptaput train station in order to transport the containers back to Lam Chabang Port, the railway time schedules are set for 3 rounds per day. 4. Trains will carry goods from Maptaput Industrial Estate according to the set time schedules by using the same route passing Banchan to Kaocharoen Railway Junction Station, Nongnut Garden, Pattaya, Bang Lamung to Silacha Railway Junction Station in order to switch tracks. Lam Chabang train station through to Lam Chabang Port. Trains will pass automatic X-ray checkpoint. There will be no disruption in the transport procedures at this point due to the new X-ray machine. Once the train enters the area of the port, it will stop at the station on the same side to which the loaded containers need to transport to. The Private port operators will carry the containers via transport trucks from the railway carriage and load them onto the shipyard. Tracking the delivery status of containers. Kaocharoen Company place great importance on our customers' ability to track the delivery status of their products. Using the IT system, in conjunction with 2 internet networks, the real-time tracking system will be free from any technical issues and will operate at its maximum ability. Procedures to track the status of containers. 1. Connect the LMS system via VPN, Virtual Private Network. Kaocharoen Company will provide customers with their own username and password. 2. Log in to the LMS system to track the status of the containers that will be categorized according to their booking. The containers will go through the following status: containers received, products packed in containers, containers delivered to port. In addition, the summary report of the booking list will allow customers to track the delivery status of individual containers in the different bookings. 3. Customers are able to print a full report and the invoice for the containers after selecting the desired booking. This will contain the container number, seal number, container size, weight of empty container, VGM, and the DO identification number. 4. Customers are able to copy specific information from the LMS system and export to Excel. To foster Map2Put's achievement of the set missions and goals, as well as encourage the reduction of transportation costs, the Container Transport by Train project proposes the service of transporting containers via the train and railway system from the factories located within the area of the port in Map2Put Industrial Estate, Rayong, to Lam Chabang Port, Silacha. This proposal is also to be in line with the government policy to encourage the reduction of costs in the logistics, increase the quantities of exports and energy saving, and reduction of congestion and other traffic problems. Kaocharoen Train Transport Company Limited. Products safely and promptly delivered at price while lowering traffic congestion.